Okay, so now we are on to Best Picture.
Okay.
Okay, so let's be real serious, guys.
Yeah.
Real serious.
We have Ford v Ferrari.
Well, yeah,
Toss it out.
put it
It's
out.
gone. Irishman.
Uh,
Joker. Jojo Rabbit. Little Women. Marriage Story. 1917. Parasite. Once Upon a Time. In Hollywood.
I always write it out that way too.
Yeah.
I never forget about the ... You gotta do it.
For me, 1917.
Okay.
I think that stands out of the things that I saw this year as just something I'm going to remember from this year.
That's great. Now let's remind the people what you haven't seen.
Yeah, I haven't seen Parasite,
Mm-hmm.
and I haven't seen Jojo Rabbit.
Okay.
So,
Matt?
Well, the writing on the walls of 1917 is going to win. I think it's becoming clearer and clearer.
Mm-hmm.
And I was surprised about that at first, before I had seen it, or really a lot of people had seen it, because it won at the Golden Globes before it was really out.
Yeah.
And I did not know that was going to be a front runner in any way. I gotta say, just hearing Sean talk, I kind of have to go Joker, because on a gut level, just walking out of there, nothing else felt like that. I didn't want to watch any other movies at TIFF. I just wanted to think about Joker. And I loved it thematically. I thought it was absolutely kind of terrifying. And it asked the question of, like, there are a lot of movies about, anger and where that leads. This wasn't about anger. This was about becoming the Joker, where nothing else matters anymore and everything is a joke. And I think that that's almost where we're headed with, I don't know if it's the time or the place, but with like Trump country, it's just like, well, let's just throw the pin off the grenade and see what happens, which is kind of what Joker's like. And then the score, I guess we're not talking about scores, so the score was a huge thing for me. It almost made me do what I hate, which is stand up and ask a question at TIFF. So, yeah, that would be it for me.
Okay. Well, I have to say, it's very hard this year. Joker is in my top movies of the year, and I would not be sad to see it win. 1917, crazy good. I did not expect to like it the way I liked it. I loved it, in fact, and I didn't think that was possible. Just the way it pinned me to my seat. I said to Sean when we finished, I didn't even get to cry at that movie until the very end when it finally releases you.
Yeah.
And I would have liked to have cried a few times in there, but I didn't have time. They do not spare you a second. And that's really, I think, major for me.
And because it puts you in there with the character.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. I think that's very much, it is very much first-person storytelling. I think those long cuts do create an intimacy. Almost. It becomes personalized in such an interesting way, such a devastating way. This one lacked the jokes. It didn't really have a lot of levity. Even the fat rat I didn't laugh at. But yeah, I wouldn't be sad to see that win. I know I wouldn't be sad to see JoJo win.
No.
And the thing is, Joker, I saw a little ahead of you guys at TIFF. And then I had to just sit on a wall and wait for them to get out of their screening of Joker because I needed to talk about it. I wanted to talk about it so much. And yet you try to talk so quietly because other people are going to see the movie later that week or like later that year, of course. But I needed to talk about it. Jojo Rabbit, I had no one to talk to about it because nobody else got to see it. And so I had to sit with that by myself for months before the rest of the world caught up with us. And I feel in some ways I still haven't been able to get all of that out because,
Because, well, Sean hasn't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
And you didn't, I don't think you even knew that I'd seen it.
Yeah.
Because I saw it probably last week or 2 weeks ago.
So you should have brought Sean because he needed to see it.
I should have. I didn't even.
Although I'm happy to see it again, and we keep meaning to see it again. We went back to see Knives Out, so I saw Knives Out at TIFF, and Sean did it, and we saw that together. And I would definitely be up for seeing JoJo again, even though I know it's a movie that ruins me. It ruins me. It's always hard when it's kids, when it's little kids, and you just, I don't know. I just feel like when it's adults, it's so easy to depersonalize and, get a very us versus them attitude about it. But when you bring it back down to the level of the child. And again, like, this movie is made or broken by the kid. So they did really good casting, not even just with Jojo, but with the other kids who are in it. They're all really good, and they're, you know, his little friend, I think, is the breakout star of that movie, in fact.
Oh yeah.
Yes, he's adorable. But I just think for a movie to allow us to laugh at that, because, you know, there are some subjects in life that we think we're not allowed to laugh at. But the truth is, if the joke is good enough, we can laugh at anything. And the jokes are good enough.
Yeah, and if a movie's called Joker, we may laugh at nothing.
That's true. But I think, yeah, Jojo Rabbit is daring, it's funny, and it's tragic. And because it can be both of those things at the same time, it reminds us that other things can be more than one thing at once, too. So I sort of like that message in 2020. And I would not mind at all if that was the message we took from that movie and these Oscars.
Yeah.
And Parasite, you know, I'm still excited about that movie. It's dreadful. It's so rough. It's so rough for someone like me to get through a movie like that. And I feel like I should get an Oscar for having done it.
Yeah.
So if there's a category for girl who went through the most this year, it is me. I saw Midsommar. I saw Lighthouse by myself. I saw Lighthouse. I saw Parasite. Where is my Oscar? Because I deserve to win. Can we all agree on that?
True.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Harriet for best song. You've been very good. You waited till the end.